Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Timeout with Coach Cam. I'm your host, Cam Chancellor, and I'm excited. I have my partner in crime back with me, Ash Nicole.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on? And you know what? I'm here this morning, y'all. I'm here. I know y'all probably wondering whether I would show up or not, but I'm here. You know, I'm here for another day, and it was a tough one for me, but we're going to get straight into it. We'll get to that later. We have the college football championship games that happened, the title games that happened yesterday. We had we had Friday night, Utah versus Oregon, Pac-12 title game, and for your Pac-12 fans out there, I apologize. I've been neglecting you guys. Oregon dominated this game, 37-15. And Ash, what did I tell you last Sunday? Utah did not belong in no playoffs and nowhere near it.
But I didn't think they wouldn't show up. That game was trash.
It was. It was very bad. Utah just got exposed for what they really were. That's all that was. Oregon was clearly a better team. They were led by C.J. Verdell with 208 yards and 3 touchdowns. That obviously puts Utah out of the college football playoff race. Moving on to the Big 12 title game. Yesterday at noon, it was Oklahoma against Baylor. Oklahoma beats Baylor 30-23 in overtime by a touchdown run by Ramondre Stevenson. They were led by Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb. That was a good game yesterday. That was a good game. It was back and forth. Well, I thought Baylor was down and out. They kind of came back from a 23-13 deficit there without their starting quarterback, Charlie Brewer, who got hurt. You know what that does? That was 6 versus 7.
I know.
Oklahoma's in.
Yep.
I think Oklahoma's in after that. And you know what? It's going to be interesting, but we'll talk about it on our quick hot takes regarding, playoff seeding and how they're going to rank these teams, at noon today. So that'll definitely be interesting to see the matchups of the college football playoffs. Now, SEC title game, LSU, Georgia. That game was a beatdown.
Georgia's not that good, and Jake from State Farm or wherever he's from.
Jake.
I don't like him.
Jake from.
I don't like him.
I like Jake from. I think I got a soft spot from Jake from. You got me calling him Jake from Farm. Jake from State Farm. But Jake from. I guess I got a soft spot for him from QB1 Beyond the Lights. I watched that series on Netflix, and he shows great leadership. He's a good kid, man. I wouldn't draft him to be my quarterback, if I'm an NFL team. I like Fromm. The first 2 years, I thought he was okay. I thought he would make that jump his junior year and that third and in that third year to make that big jump. And he just hasn't made that jump. And you know what? And I think he'll move on and go pro because his stock cannot get any higher than what it is now. It won't get any higher than what it is now. So he just needs to leave and go pro. But it was all about LSU. It wasn't about what Georgia couldn't do. It was about what LSU just imposing their will. Joe Burrow, 349 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just amazing. In my opinion, Ash, I know, like I said, we'll talk about this. I think this may put LSU 1. Over them.
I don't think it should. No, I think the committee's going to keep Ohio State number 1.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. I really feel like they will.
They're going to have some problems.
Well, you might be upset come noon because I do feel that they will be 1 after this. I just think, they will reward them for going undefeated through the SEC, and you know how they treat the SEC. So I think they'll be number 1. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. The college football playoff ranking is at noon. It's exciting. I'm ready to see it. UC UC loses to Memphis 29-24. Desmond Ritter had 346 total yards. He had, he had 233 yards passing, one interception. He had 113 yards rushing with the score. Also, Michael Warren had 99 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. It's the Cincinnati way. I say it all the time. Plenty of opportunities to win the game, and you shoot yourself in the foot. You simply shoot yourself in the foot. I hate it because both games, the better team didn't win. I knew what type of game it was going to be when that ball bounced off of Jay Sean Jackson's hands wide open for a touchdown. I knew what type of day it was going to be. Another whopping 11 penalties. Luke Fickell, you have got to fix this. All year it's been penalty after penalty after penalty. And we've been barely getting away with it. In the last 2 weeks, penalties have reared its head. Disgusting. And like I said, we'll talk about the crosstail shootout later. But I knew it would happen.
I was pulling for you guys, though.
Yeah, I was pulling too. I was pulling real hard. Then Ritter fumbles. He's going in for a touchdown. He gets stripped from behind. It stings, man. It stings. You know how you ever been like hurt somebody, you just gotta laugh it off. This is one where you just gotta laugh it off. This is crazy. It makes no sense. But you know what? Memphis go on. They took advantage of our mistakes. Tip my cap to them. They will take the AAC title, and they will get a chance at the Cotton Bowl with the lame duck coaching staff. Because from what we're hearing, Memphis coach is a prime candidate for the Florida State job, and that's supposed to be announced soon. So that will be interesting to see how that goes. All right, Ash. I know you came in. You were strutting high this morning. Feeling good this morning. You're back. And your Buckeyes.
The Ohio State Buckeyes.
The Ohio State Buckeyes. Take a victory. Take the Big Ten title. 34-21. And they actually went through some adversity this time. They actually went through some adversity, and I think they needed that. They were down 21-7 at halftime. I wanted to see if Ryan Day could make adjustments at halftime because we haven't seen that. He hasn't had to make any. So I wanted to see if he could, make some adjustments at halftime and really see, because Urban Meyer was really good at that, going into halftime, getting them boys fired up and turning the game around. And hey, look good. I'm gonna let you talk your stuff, Ash.
First, I just want to say J.K. Dobbins had 172 yards, 1 touchdown. Justin Fields had 299 yards, passing 3 touchdowns. And my Buckeyes, of course, outscored the little Wisconsin team, 27 unanswered points. But I want to say that UC played Memphis twice, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Couldn't beat them either times, right?
Right.
We played Wisconsin twice, right?
Yeah.
And beat them both times.
Yeah.
So I think we should be number 1. Still.
Over
LSU.
Hey, I either way it wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me. But I'm just saying I think they're gonna reward LSU. And the reason why, like I said, we'll touch on it later. We'll touch on it later when we get to our quick hot takes, because we can get into that argument of who's number 1, who's number 2. But we're going to wait on that. Ohio State did dominate the second half.
Yes.
They made the adjustments that need to be made. Ended up containing Jonathan Taylor in the second half, and that was the difference of the game. To move on, the ACC title game. If you're not the Clemson Tigers, you're just playing for second. Last night, was an absolute annihilation. That was a bloodbath. 62-17. Score was 31-7 at half. This game wasn't close from the start. Trevor Lawrence, 16 for 22, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. You had Travis Etienne. He had 14 carries, 114 yards, and a touchdown. T. Higgins absolutely dominated the Virginia secondary with 9 catches, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns. And you know what? We sleeping. I think we sleeping, Ash. I know you don't like Clemson, but we sleeping.
They don't play anybody.
I understand
They
that,
play
Ash.
Virginia.
Okay, now listen, Ash. And even in the ACC hasn't been good in years. But yet, Clemson shows year in and year out that they belong and that they've won 2 national titles in 4 years. This, you know what this game showed me right here? Even though they're not playing anybody, don't get me wrong. Virginia they was ranked 23rd, but they're mediocre. We can say that. They just showed that when they kick it in gear and really, they can do this to them, just like your boy, just like Ohio State. I'm telling you, Clemson may mess around and win again, and we just sleeping over them.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh yeah, you heard what I said. Clemson may win this thing again.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm telling you, I know this. You better hope you stay number 1. Because if you go 2, you know you're playing Clemson.
And I remember what I said first show.
Yeah. You wanted that matchup.
I'm out for blood for Clemson, so.
I hear you. Be careful what you wish for on this one, though.
I think my boys can handle it.
All right. I hear you. But yeah, big college football day yesterday and Friday. And we're looking forward to the college football playoff selection show coming up at noon. And we'll discuss the college football playoffs and discuss, who should be where later on the Quick Hot Takes. All right. Coming up next, we will have our Coach Cam first half segment right after the timeout.